Yeousch!
Yeousch, dammit! Hello, I'm RagingAmish, and welcome to Underground. Up front, I have a question. Why is this map called Underground? Almost none of it is, well, actually below the ground. Wouldn't a better name have been something like Train Yard or Station? Anywho, Underground is yet another level in Modern Warfare 3 where I think the devs did a good job. Something about this level just feels right. Underground is a medium-sized level, but keeps a pretty fast pace with plenty of battles on the outskirts and absolute carnage in the center. This map truly encompasses all types of combat. The strategy guide calls Underground a close-quarter combat map. I disagree. This map can switch from close to long-range combat just by rounding a corner. I love how different the map plays just because of where you are. Because of Underground's design, you really can make an argument for any primary, but the assault rifles will reign king. Any primary can work. I want to make that clear, so I'll say it again. Any primary can work. The combat on this map is so diverse. You honestly can use anything from a shotgun to a sniper. If you pick your battles right, any primary will suffice. Here's the catch though. That's also why the assault rifles are best. These primaries can handle the switch from close to long range combat and vice versa quite easily. On this map, you should always be testing out new techniques and new ways to play. I have a lot of fun tinkering with overkill to see if I can find a setup that suits my needs. Still, if you need a good safety net, an assault rifle will serve you well. When picking your perks, I honestly think anything can work. Forgive me if that seems lazy, this is truly how I feel. I could make an argument for pretty much any class setup with any perk setup you wanted. Long-range setups like Marksman with Quick Draw make sense. Stick to the more open parts of the map like the Train Yard or outside the south part of the station and you'll do fine. Close-range setups like Steady Aim with Sleight of Hand can also work though. The map has plenty of corners with fast-paced action. Are you starting to get why I like Underground? The map caters to every playstyle under the sun. As for the map itself, Underground has the following callouts. A-Dom is in the south portion of the map just outside the train station. B-Dom is in a truck yard to the west. C-Dom is in the north on a bridge overhanging the train yard. As for the search sites, you'll find Bomb A in the truck yard as well. The other bomb site is out in the open in the northeast section of the map. Underground features the SAS fighting the Spetsnaz. In TDM, the SAS begin around Dom A, and it's a cold spawn. You can emerge here from time to time, but I think you'll find this area tends to go unused. The area has high traffic, and in theory, no one should spawn in plain sight of another player. On the opposite side of the map, the Spetsnaz start to the west side of Dom C. This is a hot spawn. One team will be here for at least half the match. Underground does have a few more hot spawns. You've got one out in the western truck yard, another to the east of Search B, and one more in the southeast offices. As for the cold spawns, you've got one to the south of Dom B, and then one big one in the train station. You shouldn't spawn here, but from time to time, you will. You've probably noticed that I put the majority of the hot spawns on the outskirts of the map. That's because almost all of the action revolves around the central station, but doesn't happen in the station. Underground encourages flanking rather than taking the direct route through the center of the map. When you're in the actual station, players can shoot you from at least 4 different directions. You want to be on the outside shooting in rather than on the inside shooting out. Keep that in mind when playing a match in Underground. As for the rest of the map's features, I would argue we've got one dead zone. Underground has a tunnel in the southeast corner that will tend to see action. That's not the dead zone. The dead zone is this little room to the side of the tunnel. Nothing happens here. Ever. The map also has a meat grinder. As I've touched on earlier, the big central station is a very dangerous area. If you decide to venture here, do so at your own risk. I'm not saying you can't have success in the station. The odds just won't be stacked in your favor. As for the hot routes, here's my take on where the action goes on Underground. All of these paths revolve around the center of the map, but don't go through it. Like I've said before, most people have learned with time to not go in the center, but some do and they pay for it dearly. Even I'll admit, I do tend to peek into the center from time to time, but that's only to prey on easy targets. Remember, you want to be on the outside shooting in. I know I've repeated myself, but I cannot stress this point enough. In summary, Underground is a very solid map from the ground up, no pun intended. I like maps that let you choose how you want to fight. Do I want to head left through the close quarter buildings, take my chances with the open train yard, or flank right through the truck yard? Each part of the map is different and will give me a unique fight. That's how this map shines, and is why you should be happy to see Underground in the rotation. Before we go, you know what time it is. We need to cover the camping spots. Here's my take on some of the more frequent areas where you should look for those aggressive defenders. That concludes this review of Underground. I hope you enjoyed and that you'll join me next time. Until then, this is Raging Amish, checking out.